To say that Christian Horner's exit from Red Bull was unexpected would be an understatement. The news caught the F1 world by surprise, and speculations started mounting the moment the move was announced. And one of the hottest rumors had Christian Horner joining rival squad Ferrari. But is there any substance to this? Let's find out in this video. From joining a team from its inception as the youngest team boss in F1 history, to turning that team into a dynasty. In his 20 years at the helm of Red Bull, Christian Horner became synonymous with the team. But the long-lasting partnership came tumbling down in the space of 1 year, with the team's parent company deciding to unceremoniously axe Horner halfway into the 2025 season. What is next for the former Red Bull boss? Could he seal a shock move to Ferrari? Christian Horner's early career. Before we get started on the rumors, let's look back at Horner's career. Born in Leamington, Spa on November 16, 1973, Horner had a short career as a race car driver. Like most drivers, Horner got his start in go-karts. At the age of 18, he made the jump to single-seaters, driving in Formula Renault. There, Horner scored 1 win before moving up to F3. Horner spent 3 seasons in F3 and then progressed to the final step on the F1 ladder, the F3000 series. In order to race in F3000, he set up his own team, Arden International, at the age of 23. Horner spent 2 seasons splitting duties as an owner-driver. Then, in 1999, he decided to retire from racing and focus exclusively on being a team boss. The move paid dividends. Arden became a powerhouse in F3000 and secured a partnership with Red Bull. After taking Red Bull-backed drivers Jorn Werdham and Vitantonio Liuzzi to back-to-back titles, Horner looked ready for F1. The move to Red Bull and building a dynasty. The partnership with Red Bull eventually led to Horner's big chance. Having unsuccessfully tried to get Arden into Formula One, he received an offer to become Red Bull's team boss. The Austrian energy drinks company had just acquired the ailing Jaguar team and named the 31-year-old Horner as the new team's boss. With this, Horner became the youngest team boss in F1 history, a record he still holds. Red Bull endured 3 difficult seasons before finally breaking into the top of the field, with legendary designer Adrian Newey taking advantage of a major rule shift in 2009. The team scored its first win, a 1-2 finish in China, with Sebastian Vettel leading Mark Webber. Further success followed for Vettel at Silverstone, Suzuka, and Abu Dhabi, while Webber won in Germany and Brazil. Red Bull finished runner-up to Braun GP in the Constructors' Championship. In 2010, despite suffering with reliability issues and self-inflicted wounds, the team swept the drivers' and constructors' crowns. Vettel and Red Bull proceeded to dominate Formula One, winning 4 drivers' and constructors' titles in a row between 2010 and 2013. The run of success ended following the adoption of the V6 hybrid rule set. Vettel left for Ferrari in 2015 and was replaced by Daniel Kvyat. Despite beating teammate Daniel Ricciardo in his first season, Kvyat was replaced by promising youngster Max Verstappen only 4 races into 2016. Verstappen won in his first start for Red Bull, showing what was about to come. Red Bull bid its time before mounting a championship challenge in 2021. After a tough season-long battle against Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen put Red Bull back on top. With the shift to the ground effect rules, Red Bull produced 2 dominant seasons in 2022 and 2023, winning back-to-back constructors' crowns. The team's 2023 car, the RB19, won an F1 record 21 races in 22 starts, while Verstappen and Sergio Perez scored Red Bull's first ever 1-2 finish in the Drivers' Championship. It all looked good for another dominant year in 2024, until it all came crashing down. Breakdown and a shock split. Red Bull had another dominant start in 2024, with Verstappen comfortably winning 4 of the first 5 races. However, off the track, the team found itself involved in a scandal centered around Horner. In February, during the preseason tests, a report emerged in which an unnamed female employee accused the Red Bull team boss of inappropriate behavior towards her. While investigations didn't produce any concrete evidence, the scandal exposed a war for control inside the team. On one side, Horner had the backing from Red Bull's Austrian shareholders, On the other side, the Verstappens, Max and his father, Jos, along with team advisor Helmut Marko and Red Bull's Thai shareholders wanted to oust Horner, believing that he held too much power. As the season progressed, the internal fight within Red Bull seemingly died down, with the team shifting its focus to beat a surging McLaren squad. Red Bull also suffered some key exits among its staff, the most notable ones being Newey and sporting director Jonathan Wheatley. Verstappen managed to fend off Lando Norris to win a fourth consecutive driver's title, but Red Bull slipped down to third in the constructors' standings. The sudden drop in performance would mark the start of Horner's downfall. For 2025, the team replaced the struggling Perez with rookie Liam Lawson. However, Red Bull's new car, the RB21, proved to be even trickier than the RB20 from the year before. Lawson was replaced by Yuki Tsunoda only 2 races into the season, but the Japanese driver was also unable to deliver good results with the car. After the British Grand Prix, the 12th round of the season, Verstappen had scored 165 of the team's 172 points. Red Bull sat a distant 4th in the constructors' table, while Verstappen was 3rd in the Drivers' Championship, but well outside the title fight. On July 9, only 3 days after the race, Horner was fired both as the team boss and as Red Bull Racing CEO. The unceremoniously firing brought to an end a 21-year stint at the helm of the team. Under Horner, Red Bull scored 124 wins, 8 Drivers' Championships, and 6 Constructors' Championships. He had built a dynasty and had turned one of the worst teams in the championship into a powerhouse. Turmoil at Ferrari. With Horner now free, all eyes turned to Ferrari. The Scuderia was also going through some tough times. Following a promising start under the ground effect rules in 2022, the team had since slipped down the order. Entering 2023, Ferrari saw team boss Mattia Binotto resign. As his replacement, the Scuderia brought in former Alfa Romeo team boss Frederic Vasseur, one of the most successful team bosses in the history of junior single-seaters. Vasseur had taken the likes of Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, Nico Hülkenberg, Paul Di Resta, and Romain Grosjean to multiple titles in F3 and GP2. Under Vasseur, Ferrari suffered plenty of ups and downs. In 2023, the Scuderia was the only team other than Red Bull to win a race. The following year, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz Jr. combined for 5 wins and helped the team finish second in the Constructors' Championship. But the team had a major dip in form in 2025, with both Leclerc and new signing Hamilton having difficulties with the new car. Vasseur, who had already been under heavy pressure to deliver results, now had Horner's shadow looming large behind him. Naturally, that got the rumor mill turning again, and speculations started to mount linking Horner to a potential Ferrari move. Will Christian Horner join Ferrari? Christian Horner moving to Ferrari would easily be one of the biggest moves in F1 in recent years. Having the man who became synonymous with Red Bull Racing join one of the Austrian team's biggest rivals would be absolutely shocking, and having Horner work alongside Hamilton, burying the hatchet on their bitter rivalry, would have been even more surprising. But unfortunately for those looking for a bombshell to rock the F1 paddock, that move has been ruled out. On July 31, in a move that surprised quite a few people in Formula One, Ferrari announced a multi-year contract extension for the embattled Fred Vasseur. Despite some underwhelming results, Ferrari is coming off a runner-up finish in 2024 and currently lies second in the 2025 standings. So all things considered, Vasseur might not produce too many fireworks, but he has been steady at the helm. With Ferrari now out of the picture, which team is going to land Christian Horner for 2026? Is the former Red Bull going to be in F1 next year? The answer is trending towards a no so far. Alpine and perhaps Aston Martin look like the best bets. However, signing with the French team would mean working with the mercurial Flavio Briatore, and a Horner-Briatore combination doesn't sound particularly great. At Aston Martin, Horner would join a familiar face in Newey, but the two reportedly weren't seen eye to eye over the last few seasons, and that would complicate a move to the Silverstone squad. With F1 set for a radical revamp in regulations for 2026, some teams could take a wait-and-see approach, testing the waters in the first year of the new rules. For Horner, that would also make sense. And that's everything you need to know about the wild Christian Horner to Ferrari rumors, and why the move won't happen in 2026. What are your thoughts on the matter? Did Ferrari make the right choice in ignoring Horner and re-signing Vassar? And which team is going to sign Horner? Share your opinions with us in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to keep up with our content. See you in the next video.